Good morning, Harrison Central. Today is Friday, April 12th. I'm Joey with your morning news. There's just one announcement today. The United States Army recruiter will be in the cafeteria on April 16th during high school lunch hours. Sign-ups will be on School Links if you would like to meet with him. Please see Mr. Richards in the guidance office with any questions. Now we're going to send it over to Tristan with today's lunch.
Today's lunch for the cafeteria will be hot ham and cheese sandwiches, scalloped potatoes, baby carrots, and mandarin oranges. Now RJ is going to tell us about this week's birthdays.
This week's birthdays are Brazen Welch, Caleb Rhodes, Isabel Neal, Cassandra Bennett, Eden Duke, Jude Wiseman, Cal Bryant, Riley Veers, Justin Triplett, Danae Hardwick, and Mason Singhouse. We hope you have a great birthday. Now let's check back in the studio.
Thanks, RJ. Now Emily is going to give us an update on last week's guest speaker in the Harrison Central Performing Arts Center.
Robert Hackinson Jr. delivered a presentation to 4th through 12th grade students. He spoke about the importance of social media and technology and about how it impacts young people. He explained how it affects anxiety and mental health. Also, he warned about things or people you may find on the internet and explained how to be safe on your devices. Throughout the presentation, he did many magic tricks. In one magic trick, he brought up 5 people to the stage where he guessed their cards that had internet landmines written on them, and he got all of them correct. Harrison Central students were not only entertained by his performance, but they received some very important messages about the effects technology can have on our physical, mental, and emotional health. Next up are Aubrey and Nessa with the special feature on Harrison Central's Memorial Garden.
Today, Nessa and I are here with Mr. Morgan to ask him a few questions about the Memorial Garden on campus. So, how did the idea about the garden come about?
So the idea for the Memorial Garden was really a way to preserve the legacy of education in Harrison County and bring it up to the new school campus so that all of the schools and the surrounding communities were represented.
And can you tell us a little bit about each of the elements in the garden? There's the tree, the bell tower, the path, of course, and then the 2 big plaques.
Sure. So the bell tower was original to Central Elementary, which was Caddis High School. So actually when the tower was erected and put on top of the building, it had a beacon light inside of it. Later the bell was moved from one side of the building to the other to preserve it. But the bell tower that we still have is housing the school bell right now. It still can ring if we were to get inside and ring it. But it's original to Caddis High School. The other communities, Hopedale, Scio, chose to keep their school bell in their communities, and this one stayed in Caddis and came up to our Memorial Garden. So as far as the tree goes, the tree really is symbolic of growing Harrison Central. So the leaves, the metallic leaves, are the color of the school now. At the base are all of the bricks from the buildings from Scio, from Hopedale, and from Caddis. So the cornerstones of the buildings that we were able to preserve are there also. And all of that together kind of tells the story of who we are from the Harrison Central perspective.
So personally, why do you think it's important to have this memorial on campus?
So again, just important to recognize the history of education in Harrison County. So from all of the communities that had small schools and large schools over the course of time, just being able to capture that and make sure that we don't forget that part of where we're from and who we are.
Is there any plans to add to the park, or is it pretty much complete now?
So I think the last part that we need to add to the Memorial Garden really is a piece that reflects the committee that came together to help to propel the effort of passing the school levy. So it was specifically called the S Committee. So I think a way to honor them and their work, in addition to everything that we've done on the school side, is kind of the finishing piece that we need to do.
Okay. Now let's send it back to the studio.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aubrey and Nessa. Engraved bricks can be purchased until May 15th. Just visit hcalumniassociation.com to order yours. You'll find instruction and additional information about the Legacy Park on their website. Next up is some information on the senior project that is taking place on our campus this weekend. Here's Alex with that story.
I'm here with Heath and Lucas to discuss their service learning project. Can you tell us a little bit about what your project is and how it works?
We're putting on a car show this Saturday. So they'll come in from the Route 9 side of the parking lot. You got to pay $20 to enter your car. As you enter, we will pass out a number to you, and whatever number you get, whoever votes for you will write that number on a piece of paper and put it in a box, and then that's kind of just how it will kind of go along.
Thank you. And what made you choose this out of all your other options?
We just think it'd be neat and a good way to raise money for a good cause because not many people ever done a car show for their senior project. So I just think it'd be kind of be cool to see all the cool cars around Caddis and around our community.
Definitely. And do you think it's running smooth so far, and do you think you'll be ready this weekend?
It's been running pretty smoothly, and I just think it'll be ready. I mean, we don't really have many holdups. We don't have much to worry about besides we got plaques that we're handing out for first, second, and third, and once those are finished, which they're almost complete now, we'll be all set, and we just got to show up. And as long as the community shows up and helps us, we'll be good to go.
Cool. And where are the proceeds for this going to?
They're all going to the Zane Carson Scholarship Memorial. So everything that we collect and make on Saturday, it'll go to Zane Scholarship.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Come out and support and bring your donations this weekend. Now we're going to send it to the weather.
Thanks, Alex. I'm Justin with the HCTV weather. Today's forecast is showing a 90% chance of rain, and temps in the 40s are going to make it chilly out there. However, tomorrow's prediction is no rainfall with a high of 61, so that should be good to start to the weekend. Then Sunday shows a 40% chance of rain, but with a high of 72. No one is going to complain about that weather. Next week continues that trend with the highs in the 70s and the lows chances of precipitation. That's all for HCTV weather. Now Peyton is going to check in with the elementary art department to see what they've been creating in class.
Today, I'm here with Miss Van Camp to talk about the 6th grade projects. How did you come up with the idea of making fabric?
To make fabric, we took scraps of yarn, DMC floss, threads, fabric, roving, any little scrap of fabric that you have. We chose a piece of fabric to lay all of our scraps on top of, and then we put this plastic sheeting called Solvay, which is a solvent that whenever you place it in hot water, that it will dissolve, and then you're left with a nice piece of fabric.
What can they do with the fabric after they're done making it?
There's multiple things you can do with it. They can possibly make jewelry out of it, a bracelet, a pendant, some earrings. They are making a Mother's Day project where we have cut out a strip and it's going to be put on a piece of wood. So it's like a little hanger with a heart shape, and they're going to be stitching some buttons on it just as an appreciation for their mothers on Mother's Day.
Back to the studio.
That's all for HC News. Thank you for watching.